Hi, I'm Katie Blomquist, and I'm the founder and executive director of the nonprofit Going Places. And our mission is to provide to disadvantaged kids and the people who serve them the most basic childhood right, which is a right to joy. So your question one is, what is the issues you are looking to resolve and what's the solution? Well, for us, it's simple. The problem is there is this lack of joy out there that I think, we as the public forget is in existence. As a society, we have these certain accumulative memories of certain childhood joys that I think we take for granted. Riding our bike, swimming in our pool, dressing up for Halloween, basic joys that children have been participating and enjoying, dating back to black and white photos. And I think we forget that there are kids right here in our own community that are missing out on those memories that we all cherish so much. And I think, what would my childhood have been without those memories? And, there are so many wonderful nonprofits out there that provide kids with things that they need, the typical needs, food, clothing, water, shelter, and those are all wonderful. But what about the idea of joy? I mean, think about your own life. We have the basic food, clothing, water, shelter, but take out from your life the things that bring you the most joy, and then think about what kind of life that you're left leading. It's really kind of an empty shell of a life. So think about these Title I children. They are receiving a lot of these typical needs from nonprofits, but they're 8 years old, they're 10 years old. They may have nothing that brings them joy in their life. They're at the point where they're developing their social emotional persona. And what kind of adults are they going to grow into be without having any joy in their lives? They didn't choose these walks of life. They didn't choose to be born into poverty. Many of them, they didn't choose and would certainly, wish that they didn't live in a family that's, typically unpleasant or live in these unpredictable home life situations. So my mission is to restore that basic childhood innocence and joy in these children's lives because they deserve it, because they're kids. And I think in turn, when they grow up and they realize that their community donated their own hard-earned money to bring them this bit of joy, I think they may hopefully in turn treat the community differently when they're an adult, with more respect maybe. Question two, what makes your team so successful? Well, right now I am the only paid employee for Going Places, but I have a wonderful, wonderful working board. And I have surrounded myself with a team on my board that are not just friends, they've become friends, but these are people who have 12 to 20 years experience in working in nonprofits and in the area I've asked them to come on board on. So everyone is advising me and helping me in a very specific area with very specific skills so that I know we are always making the right choices, and they're able to connect me and help me in every single way possible. And I'm so grateful to have them. How will you use the funding? Well, May 1st is our first big bike reveal as Going Places. My initial bike reveal came from a GoFundMe program I did last year when I was a teacher, and I just thought this will be a nice thing to do. I'm going to get all 650 kids in my school a bike, and I did. I raised over $80,000, and I got all 650 kids in my school a bike in about 4 months. So that's when I left teaching and I founded Going Places. So our first bike reveal, as I said, is May 1st, Mount Zion. Every single child at Mount Zion, which is on Johns Island, will receive a new bike lock and helmet, and this funding will go directly towards those bikes. The $5,000 would give 50 bikes. That's 2 classrooms of children who live below the poverty line, who don't have much joy. They live in trailers on large pieces of unkept land, and these bikes, and we also provide locks and helmets, will restore a childhood in them. It will literally give them something to do. And this $5,000 would go to 50 of those children. So it will be used immediately and in a wonderful, wonderful way. Thank you.